Hi everyone and welcome to English Acquiring and Vocabulary Building Studies. In the previous video, to understand the great pleasure and great joy is in the belief in God, we started a story. Yes, in the story, two travelers went on a trip. Yes. And of course, the perspective, we observed that the perspective plays an important role in our seeing, observation, and thinking. Yes, for example, dictionaries say that outlook or point of view or viewpoint or perspective uh, is the way that we think, is the way that we consider, think about something, is the way that we observe something, or even they say outlook is the eye of the mind. Maybe it is the eye of the heart. So, uh, in fact, I am not sure whether you have heard or not that there is a famous saying, for example, uh, a, an outlook or a point of view changes the nature of something. Yes, maybe it has such a strength, such strength. Yes, okay. Now let's go on to the vocabulary of the second part of the story. Okay. Yes. Again, we see that, or we will observe that uh, two two perspectives as positive and negative perspectives are mentioned or will be mentioned, yes. But first of all, let's see the features or characteristics of a negative perspective. In fact, it started in the previous video and it is still going on with these words and phrases. For example, somber as gloomy, dark or dreary in character, joyless, yes, without joy, grievous, and adjective causing grief, pain or sorrow, mournful, afflicting, yes, horrible, causing horror, horrible, horror, causing horror, terrible, shocking, yes, corpse, the dead body of a human being, used also figuratively. Despair as a verb, despair, lose hope, be without hope. Okay. Despairing, yeah, these are also connected with the negative perspective. Despairing as an adjective, hopeless, desperate, dangerous, violent, terrible, bad. Orphan as an adjective and noun, deprived of parents, also orphaned. Yes, parentless, a child who is parentless. Torment, both as a noun and verb, torture, anguish, great pain, misery or misery, to put to pain, torture, tease, vex, yes. Devote as an adjective, warmly devoted as an adjective, devout person, for example. Tom is a devout friend, means devoted friend. Hearty, sincere, earnest, yes, earnest, connected with the heart again. Sincere, Tom is a sincere friend. Tom is a devout friend. Fair-minded as an adjective, unprejudiced, just, judical, honest, unbiased, and impartial, yes, objective, impartial. Apart from is a nice phrase. Apart from means except for, or besides, in addition to, excepting, within the exception of, excluding, okay, except for. Now, these words and phrases will be about, as you see, positive perspective, rejoicing as a noun, an act of showing joy, rapture, jubilation, rejoicing, ecstasy, a state of elated bliss, joy, great joy, yes, rejoicing, great joy, delight, overflow, as a verb to fill beyond the limits of a container or system. Discharge means to release a member of the armed forces from service, to release somebody from service, yes. Discharge from the task, for example, from discharge from the service, discharge from instructions, educations, yes, discharge. Enlistment, the act or enlisting, the act or enlisting or the state of being enlisted. Voluntary enrollment to serve as a soldier or a sailor. Miserable means poor person, yeah. Poor Tom, for example. Miserable Tom. Sorry person. Desolate person. Desolate person. Wretch, yes. The opposite is fortunate. Fortunate Tom. Auspicious Tom. Okay. The opposite of miserable. Okay, yes, as you see, as you see, this is the last page of the last presentation. The whole country took on the form of a house of mourning, lamenting, mourning. Yes, this is also an example of a negative perspective. Apart from becoming drunk, he could find no way of not noticing this grievous and somber situation. The way only he could find was being drunk. Yes. Drink, drank, drunk. Drunkard, yes, having been drunk, or being drunk as an adjective. Verb trees are also adjective, as you know. For everyone seemed to him to be an enemy and foreign. For everyone seemed to him to be an enemy and foreign because of that negative perspective. And all around he saw horrible corpses and despairing, weeping orphans. His conscience was in a state of torment. Yes. But why did they go out? Why did they set off a journey? They set off a journey for pleasure and business, business and pleasure. But here it says his conscience was in a state of torment. So his conscience does not get any pleasure. It was in a sorrow situation. So, for example, getting pleasure may regard to ourself or may regard to our heart. For example, having something, taking something, receiving something may give pleasure to our self, but Giving something, donating, may give a pleasure to our heart because our heart is in our conscience. Yes. So these are really essential points. Okay. Positive perspective again, connected with positive perspective. The other man was godly, devout, sincere, fair-minded, and with fine morals, so that the country he came to was most excellent in his view, in his perspective, in his outlook. This good man saw universal rejoicing in the land he had entered. Great joy in the land he had entered. Everywhere was a joyful festival, a place for the remembrance of God, overflowing with rapture, again great joy and happiness. Everyone seemed to him a friend and relation, even or as if they are his or her uncle and grandfather, grandchildren. Throughout the country, he saw the festive celebrations of a general discharge from duties, accompanied by cries of good wishes and thanks. He also heard the sound of a drum and band for the enlistment of soldiers with happy calls of God is most great and there is no God but God. Rather than being grieved at the suffering of both himself and all people like the first miserable man, this fortunate man, this auspicious man, was pleased and happy at both his own joy and that of all the inhabitants. Furthermore, he was able to do some profitable trade. He offered thanks to God by saying maybe all gratitude, all thanks and gratitude belongs to God. Okay, all right, this is all for now, and see you in the next video. So bye for now. I wish you a good day.